What's going on, everyone? Sean here, and I'm here to talk to you about runners that can't lose fat. Okay, if you're a runner and you can't seem to lose body fat, there are a couple of reasons why. So runners that come in here and runners that have trained over the past few years all have a similar issue, and it's kind of embedded in running itself. I'm not saying running is bad, because people who love running, and running is great if you love running. But for fat loss, it's not the greatest thing, because running makes you efficient at burning fat, right? And I know that's kind of confusing and counterintuitive, but you don't want to be efficient at burning fat. You want to be inefficient at using fat as a fuel source. Efficiency means, if you think about a car, using less fuel to go a great distance, right? Using less fuel to do the same job. That's why people buy cars with fuel efficiency, because they want to use less gas, they want to save gas. But we don't want to save that gas or that fat. We don't want to save that. We want to burn as much as possible. So if you think of a muscle car, flooring it in between red lights in the city, you're going to guzzle a lot of gas. We want a big engine, and we want to guzzle a lot of gas. We want to burn a lot of fat. And running does the opposite of that. It makes you efficient. Okay? You lose muscle mass because muscle mass is kind of inefficient for running, if that's what you're doing all the time. Muscle mass burns a lot of calories, and it takes up a lot of energy. So your body wants to preserve the energy. It'll get rid of some of the muscle mass if running is your main form of training. So how can we counteract this? How can we raise your metabolism? How can we guzzle more gas and burn more fat if you're a runner? The answer is weight training. Runners that come in, do weight training, or runners that keep weight training in their program have a reason to keep their muscle mass up, and they have something to help burn calories and keep their metabolism up. When you weight train, your body burns more calories via fat after your exercise, because your body has to recover from that exercise. It has to recover from that stress. It has to build muscle tissue back, right? It has to replace the oxygen that you've already used up during the workout and created a deficit for. And because most people don't know is your body prefers certain energy sources at certain times of the day during certain activities. During weight training and during running, your body is going to use mostly carbohydrates. It's not going to use fat. The time when you do use fat for fuel is when energy is not needed as fast, which is you sitting on the toilet, sitting on the couch, walking around, sitting at your desk, basically resting. That's when your body's using fat predominantly for fuel, right? Not totally, but predominantly for fuel, because it doesn't need it fast. Weight training and running, on the other hand, because you need it so fast, carbohydrate provides energy faster than fats. It's going to use mostly carbohydrates in those cases. So you want to raise your metabolism and use more energy at the times where your body's actually using fat for fuel, which is post-weight training, right? You don't get the same effect after running, or the excess, if you've ever heard of excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or afterburn effect, as it is like so affectionately marketed. There's not much of an afterburn effect after running, because it's aerobic in nature. You haven't done much damage to the muscle in order for it to kind of replenish that, and the oxygen debt that you've created, it's not intense enough to create an oxygen debt that needs to be replenished, right? Long distance is not intense enough by nature. So because there's no effect, you don't really raise your metabolism. You're not really raising the amount of calories that you need to burn when your body's actually burning fat, and that's why your metabolism is slower. You burn less calories during the actual activity, and you become efficient. We want you to be inefficient, remember? So adding weight training to your running program will do wonders for keeping your muscle mass or building muscle mass. It'll actually help your times for running, because you'll be stronger. You'll be able to cover more distance with each step and use less energy mentally, right? But you'll be able to burn more calories because your metabolism will be higher. You'll have more muscle mass, and you'll actually lose fat, and you won't have this body composition issue with your running, and you can still continue to run, which is what you all want. So hopefully that helped. Add weight training to your program. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, share this video with a runner that you know who's been struggling to lose fat, and I will see you in the next one.